What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So in this video, what we are going to talk about, and I've already got it titled. I've already got the title for it. And here it is: The Truth in Their Lies. All right. What we have, what we've constantly seen from this administration over and over again is these claims of their truths. All right. And when you get down to it and dig into it, these so-called claims of truths, claims of actions, claims of things that they say that they've accomplished, just not true. It's just not true. They're lies. So we're going to talk about this. Thank you very much for joining me here on ClearTalk. If you are new here, welcome to ClearTalk. If you'd like to check out videos from the channel, please do so. Consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all the good stuff to get more videos in front of more people. If you'd like to check out videos from the rest of my channels over here, JMDPLAY, Puzzling. If you'd like to check out those videos and you like what you see, consider subscribing to those as well. That would be amazing to help grow those channels. If you would like Patreon there, $3 a month. You can help support any of the channels you would like to help grow those channels, to help grow Patreon, to help grow JMD Nation, and contribute however you would like. Any contribution to support you give is very much appreciated, and I thank you very much. And if you are returning, you're freaking amazing. You are amazing. Welcome back. Keep coming back because you are what makes JMD Nation. All right, so the lies, the truths. What are we talking about here? This administration from the get-go has made claims over and over and over and over again on different things that they claim they have accomplished. Trump has made all these claims over and over again that he's accomplished things. And then we get to digging into them and reported on them over and over again where that ain't right. Stuff is not being claimed properly, if it's even legitimate or right at all. Numbers are wrong. The math's not mathing. But yet the administration and Trump continue to get by. They continue to speak these things as if they are just speaking them into existence, if they're speaking them into truth. But they're not truth at all. And we've recently seen this. We recently saw this when it came to Venezuela. Actually, we recently saw this when it comes to the shooting in Minnesota. Making claims of all these, the claims of in defense around the shooter, the ICE agent, and making claims around Renee Good and the actions that they claim that she did, a domestic terrorist, and that she purposely tried to shoot, run him over. And we broke that down in multiple videos, proving and showing that that was not the case. She was not there purposely to run over ICE agents. She wasn't there purposely trying to violently attack the agent. She did not deserve to die. She did not deserve to get shot. But yet, even on those videos, I've had multiple people comment, in support of the agent, in parroting the claims that the administration have made. She was trying to run him over. She was trying to be violent. She was blah, 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 blah. Even though I'm sitting here literally in the video showing you that that's not fucking true, yet you're still commenting. But the administration said it, so. And we see in Venezuela, after removing Maduro and bringing him back to the U.S., and Trump gets up there, we're going to run Venezuela. You see these people behind me? They're going to run it. We're in full control. We've got people outside the waters there, and they can't do anything without us. But yet we've continuously talked about how The Maduro administration is still in control. They're working with us. They're going to help us take over, and we're going to have all these people, all these companies. We're going to take over the oil. It's going to be wonderful. But yet, the vice president has stayed true and stayed strong in pressing back on the administration. We see this over and over, making their press for Maduro to be sent back. Protests are exploding in Venezuela, where people are not okay with the actions that we took. They are not okay with their government. Even if they didn't like Maduro, they don't like that their president was just fucking removed by another country. That shit don't fly. It wouldn't fly here. Even though I can't stand Trump. If another country came in, fucking Russia or China or even one of our allies like the UK or fucking Canada, anybody who came in and did an operation and removed Trump from office and took him back to their country to have trials on crimes that he committed to that country. And I'm pretty sure that there are some countries that could probably make some claims. That shit wouldn't fucking fly because you don't do that. Even though I'll be like, he had it coming, but you don't fucking do that. Because we are our own country and we can take care of our own shit if we're willing to. Same thing. Oh, we're gonna have all these oil companies. They're ready. These oil companies are ready to go in. They're ready to go in, and we're gonna get all this fucking oil. We're gonna get it all. We're gonna take it. We're gonna drink the motherfucking shit. That's how much oil we're gonna have. We're gonna be drinking the oil. And he has this meeting with all these oil executives, CEOs, 17 of them. And yet multiple of them, when it comes down to it, there's reports now, multiple of these CEOs are like, nah, dog, I don't think we're going to do this. This is not going to happen. We're not really on board with this shit. Whether it's because monetarily, like profitably, it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. The amount of money that they would have. It's the reason why we don't really build that many more like oil infrastructures in the United States. Because we've already talked about it. It's too fucking costly to do so. For us to build more factories, processing plants, to process the oil that we actually extract in our land, the real light crude oil. The reason why we sell it overseas more than we actually do any processing with it and use it here. We would have to majorly update most of our infrastructure because our infrastructure is built to actually process the oil from Venezuela, from places like Venezuela, the more dark, hard, thick, crude, gummy-like oil. But the same thing would go for to do their infrastructures and update their stuff, their systems to even get the oil out would be so costly. It would take forever. It would take multiple years for them to even get any profitability out of it. And so the company's like, it's just not frugal enough for us. It's not profitable enough for us to do this. Now you had some of them on board, especially some of the smaller ones, I think maybe. They're like, yeah, we could probably get into this. Or certain aspects, companies that have different like aspects in how this process would work. But your major Exxon Mobil for one of the biggest ones, like, nah, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. And even more so, you have political unrest. When we see the images of people protesting. The citizens of Venezuela are not happy with America right now. And so you think we're going to go in and just take over their oil industry and rebuild the infrastructure and they're just going to be okay with it? No. Security wise, the oil companies don't want to go in there and try to start doing work because then they would be threatened by the citizens there of protests and riots and gangs, operations and shit, even potential military operations against them. It just doesn't you haven't created a political atmosphere there where everything is copacetic. And until you do that, it's just not worth these oil companies going in and doing that. Again, the bull in the China shop shit that this administration, this regime thinks where they can just break shit and then we'll just go in and fix it and everything will be everybody's going to be cool with it. Nobody, yeah, there are going to be some mad people, but they'll get over it because all we got to do is tell them to get over it and they'll be over it. That ain't how this fucking works. That's not how any of this fucking works. Just like Trump making all these claims about he's stopped all these wars. He's 7, 8 wars or whatever. Now it's 8 1/4 wars because he's talking about one of the wars he claims he fixed, but yet then they broke back out but now it stopped again. So it's like a quarter war, but he's still claiming the first time he added. So it's 1 1/4 because that makes fucking sense. It's like, but yet we've already went over all those wars, all those actions that were being had against different entities or whatever. And I showed in all that video that none of that was accurate. He didn't do shit. He went in and made some trade things or whatever to like cool some of the, in some of the areas you could make the claim that he helped kind of cool tensions a little bit, but the tensions and the issues were still there. They were still fighting. There was no peace. He did not create peace in any of these conflicts whatsoever. And he's making all these claims because he's so fucking obsessed with getting the Nobel Peace Prize. And he's still talking about it now when it comes to Venezuela because he wants the woman that got the damn Peace Prize to give him the Peace Prize in return for giving her Venezuela. As if that's going to fucking happen. And while she's, man, I mean, I would love to donate it to him. I think he's amazing. She's all up underneath Trump's nuts, calling the hell out of him because he did this operation in Venezuela, which is what she was calling for. Such a peacemaker. And she was basically calling for the violence and okay with the violence that we did in order to get Maduro out of, my good. The Nobel Peace needs to be revoked from her, much less given to Trump. I'm talking about a guy who is constantly arguing to conflict with everybody. It was Canada's going to be the 51st state. Now we're going to, and it was earlier he was even the talks about Greenland and then kind of went away for a little bit. But, now Greenland's back on the platter. We're going to try to make a deal with them. We might buy them out, but if they don't accept it, we might have to do it another way. Might have to get more aggressive. We're going to have it either way. Talking about going at Cuba. Talking about going to Mexico, Colombia. We're just going to fight everything. Now we're going to go back at Iran. This so-called anti-war president, I'm the deal maker, but yet he hasn't made deals. He's made threats. And in order to prevent those threats, some countries and leaders have altered things, and situationally with deals that we've had to try to make him happy so that he'll drop the threats. But the issues are still there. The conflicts are still there. The problems are still there. Nothing is actually being solved. He makes the claims that the border is 100% secure, 0 people coming from it. I've already talked about that too. There's still people coming across the border. Now, is it at the numbers that we've previously had? No, of course not. But there are still people coming across the borders. There are still even upwards of thousands that are that are at large. That we're not exactly sure where they are. And it's because you've pulled all these thousands of Border Patrol agents. You've pulled some Border Patrol agents from the border, or you've just deputized people from all these damn racist groups and shit that want, so bad for brown people to be out of the country, and you've deputized them as to being border agents and ICE agents, and you've got them going to all our cities, creating chaos and uprising people, disturbing people, to the point that we have our own civil unrest going on all across the country. Protests now blowing up even more so outside of the, major protests that we've had over the months because of just the regime in general. But now you've got civil unrest and protest just over ICE and the operations that they're doing. So we have all these claims that are being made, but yet none of them are true. Oh, we've got peace. We have ceasefire when it comes to Israel and Gaza. Bullshit. Israel has went right back to bombing the fuck out of Gaza, but yet that isn't being talked about because there's nothing coming back in return from Gaza. It's a continuation of you cease, we fire. Trump, made his claims from the very get-go that he's going to end the Russia and Ukraine. It's only going to take me one day, one call, and it'll be over with. It never would have happened in the first place, but one call and it'll be done. That shit's still going on. They make the claim that the economy is the best ever. We know that's not true. We're just now having conditions, market conditions, to where some prices are finally starting to come down in some sectors of the economy. We're finally those numbers that Trump's been throwing out now for 6 months about, gas being $1.99, $1.98 in this state and that state. They're just now is that actually happening because of market conditions and stuff that have forced the oil prices to go down. But there's still other sectors of the economy that are a problem. We're just now seeing the housing percentages go down again because of market conditions and the balancing out of stuff. It's kind of been forced at this point to lower. Now, the conditions on that Trump has talked about with the buying back of bonds and stuff, that is one factor that is certainly helping. And it's something that has previously done in the past to help market and percentages come down. But it's still not low enough to actually save or actually have a boom in the housing market. It's just now getting to down where, we can start in the direction that might could happen. The administration has made claim after claim after claim after claim about things that they are doing, things that is happening, and it's not happening, especially in the times that they claim it. And then it comes to after they've made the claims 100 times and people pointing out, hey, that shit ain't happening. Hey, that shit ain't happening. Hey, this ain't right. Hey, this ain't right. These numbers don't add up. To where they're forced to actually make some actions or the market itself just naturally actually moves in that direction, and then they take credit for it. It's like the fake it till you make it thing. They fake and they lie and they lie and they lie and they lie until it just so happens conditions get to where one particular thing actually rings true finally, or they're forced to make things happen because they're being pointed out. Oh, shit. And then they go, yeah, see, we said this whole time was happening. They've still yet to prove that any of the boats had drugs on them. All the claims over and over again. They've still yet to prove that the mass deportations have actually gotten out criminals. It's amazing. They make all these claims. Now we've gotten thousands and thousands and thousands of criminals off the streets and blah 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 blah. Did you see the lo-fi? This administration has a obsession with putting out lo-fi videos over this past holiday. They put out a lo-fi video on Christmas Eve. December 24th. I don't know if you saw it. They put out a lo-fi video of the so-called naughty list. Trump's naughty list. It ran for multiple hours live. And it was a list of the, naughty list of illegal immigrants, criminal immigrants that the administration has taken care of. It was a list of 33 individuals. 33. And it was on repeat for multiple hours. It 33 people that took like 3 minutes, I think. 3 minutes to show this naughty list of video. And it was on repeat for multiple hours. And then afterwards, they just deleted it. When I went to check back the very next day, as a matter of fact, Christmas Day or the day after Christmas, one or the other, and I checked back to bring that video up and see whether or not, how long did it run. It was nowhere to be found. So you're telling me that you have and you've gotten out all these thousands and thousands of criminals, but yet when you had the opportunity to put out a list of names of said criminals, you could only come up with 33. You could only come up with 33. And I looked up the first few of them, and it was questionable on those as to who they even were. One of them, the very first one, that one was like completely questionable. The only information that I could even find on him was from literal ISDH, from the Homeland Security website. There was no, and it was very vague on what he was charged with. And I could find no local evidence, no local reporting or anything about him. Another one that was someone who did had the criminal record was from fucking 30 years ago. He had done his time, and even that was questionable. It was like the same ridiculous list. Now, some of which probably are true actual crimes, but they weren't like all necessarily recent crimes, or they weren't crimes, it was stuff that had nothing to do, some of which had nothing to do with the Biden administration, which has been their claims, that all these people come in during the Biden administration. But nevertheless, even if they are 33, you make claims of thousands. You make claims that right now you're getting thousands out of Minnesota. This administration is just full of shit. They make all these claims over and over and over again. And when you go to look them up, they're just verifiably false. They're lies. Or they're like extreme stretches of the truth, of reality. And it's the irony of this president and the claims that he makes, the development of his social platform, True Social, and the fact that he's constantly posting on there things that are verifiably false, lies, over and over and again. But yet his followers believe every word that comes out of his mouth without any question, over and over again, and parroting and regurgitating the same bullshit over and over again. And they get away with it. And it spreads. And you got media figures, social media figures, YouTubers, everything. These networks that they have where they are Fox News, One Nation, or America First, whatever the fuck, all these different far extreme right media outlets that regurgitate these same lies over and over again and defend him and protect him. A whole media apparatus built to lie to you. Not to mention AI. Constantly, even Trump himself posting AI videos and shit that are just fucking lies, false, made up. I just saw the other day an AI video of Renee Good and her wife was acting like it was from the agent's camera, and they're sitting there flipping off and going, fuck ICE. Shit didn't happen. Didn't fucking happen. It was completely fake. But it was being shared. And it's being shared by people who are either fucking morons and actually believe it was, a valid video, or people who knew it was a lie and they're sharing it because they think it's cute and funny and it's going to rile up people, or it just fits whatever argument they want to make. When you're literally willing to share flat out fucking fake ass lies, you're following someone who constantly talks about the media as being fake news, and yet you constantly yourself share fake news. Trump himself constantly shares fake news. The irony, the hypocrisy, it's ridiculous. The projection that him and his administration constantly does, talking about how this and this are lies, this and this are fake, but yet they are the ones that are fake. They are the ones that are spreading the lies. While they continue to break down agencies, they continue to rip off the American people. They continue to devastate relationships around the world, create chaos around the world. And continue to try to execute policies and push judicial arguments in favor of increased power for Donald Trump. To the point that he berates and lies about Congress people, about judges, about protesters, about educational institutions, every fucking body, anybody who opposes him. He creates lies about them. Just to try to validate or increase his influence or power over his base and his validation as a leader. It's the most absurd. Like, we're fucking living through history right now. We are living through what will definitively be a moment in the future that will be looked back upon and judged critically for whatever happened and happens here and how that affects the future. We are living through that history right now. The question is, what part of this history are you going to be on? What side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the side of actual truth and reality? Or are you going to be on the side of lies and falsehoods and manufactured consent? I'm just sick of the lies. I'm sick of the lies that are constantly being pushed as truth. Are you not sick of it? Or do you enjoy being lied to? Let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. Clear Talk. I'm out.